Tonight, Bravo is shoving product placement down our throats, and Tinsley is having a breakdown. Tune in.
You're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
Yes.
Okay.
It's a fresh new groove here at AfterBuzz.
I'm with this beat on.
Yeah. It's Wednesday.
Yes.
Welcome to Real Housewives of New York City After Show. I am your host, Hollywood Lian.
And I am your girl, Chelsea Stark-Jones.
Yes, the dynamic duo is here to break it down. The New York gossip and the New York juice and the New York dirt of the ladies of the Real Housewives of New York City. Let's get into it. We have a lot to talk about tonight. Yeah. Some tweets by Moi, some news by Chels. We have Bethanny to discuss. We have some Dorinda Sonia product placement stuff that really drove me crazy. It was not right. I feel violated.
I am definitely with you on that.
We have to talk about Dale. We have to talk about Tinsley. She had about 27 glasses of wine and then had a breakdown. So
yeah,
let's just do it.
Let's jump into it.
Bethany's custody battle lives on. We're just going to get the bad stuff out of the way. 7 years. I just want to say on the record, Jason Hoppy is such a jerk. Like, God, I can't stand him.
It's like, what do you have to fight over for 7 years?
Jesus.
Like, what more is there to argue about, to deal with? Like, why? And is it not exhausting for him too? Like,
it's exhausting to even think about, like going through that torture.
I really feel for her. Like, that's such a super overwhelming process. Like, I am a child of divorce and a child of custody battles, and like being on the child side of it, like I could only imagine. Like, I'm sure Bethanny is trying her hardest to like shield Brynn from all of it, but like that's trying on her too. Like, it's
I can't even imagine.
It's so overwhelming.
And it's thousands of dollars that she's spending that could go to Brynn.
Yes.
That could be making their lives even more fabulous, more happy.
Yeah, because it's not just the emotional stress that goes on. There's also the financial stress behind, you're paying the lawyers. You're paying, like, you're cutting out time where you could be doing business deals or whatever. Like, it's a lot of money and time. It's just
And
exhausting.
I honestly feel when it comes to this, it's about Brynn. And so I'm on Bethanny's side. Like, I feel like she has done everything she can do to be a good mom. So, you know, let's just talk about it. We don't complain about paparazzi, says Frankel. And what's there to complain about? There was one, and he barely got you. The umbrella helped.
I mean, there was one, but I love it. Kind of reminded me of Brenna back on Beverly Hills for Denise Richards' wedding.
Yes.
And she's like, if there's no paparazzi, then there's no one talking about
it's
you.
True.
So, I mean, like, good for you, Bethanny. You got the one pap. That's all you need.
Pics or it didn't happen.
Yes.
Pics or it didn't happen.
You just need to be talked about.
Yes. Well, we move on to Jill Zarin, who's super into tennis, but like in it, like tennis life kind of in it.
Okay, so when I was watching this, I was like, now these women that are playing tennis, like as a hobby, or like how good are they actually? Like,
actually, I think they're really good. That's just like an East Coast thing.
They're really like they're decent.
Like we don't know about that life, Bo.
I don't know. I mean, I know I don't, and that's why I'm asking. Like,
we's
are you
California,
actually?
We's not rich.
We's not.
And I don't know, like the East Coast, especially. Like, I don't know. It's just all that white privilege up there. Smell it, take it in. I'm just kidding. I mean, no, honestly, it's really common for East Coast girls to grow up playing tennis.
Yeah, I guess. I was just like, are they really that good, or is it just something that they do to pretend like, oh, I'm active? You know, I don't know. Like, that's how it kind of came across to me.
Like
but I mean, it could
be a
be
small percentage.
Yeah.
But I do think that if they go for like 10 years or, plus, they got to be a little bit good.
I'm sure. But yeah, it is a very East
It's a good way to stay fit.
It is a great way to stay
Jill
fit.
looks fantastic.
She does.
Jill looks really, really good. Speaking of best life, Luann is on a full-blown tour, like selling out Chicago auditoriums all across the country. Mm-hmm. I brought up Chicago because she sold out that iconic theater in Chicago that everybody knows about. And I've seen her, so
Yeah,
you know,
you have seen her.
Yeah, she
That's
has my
right.
money.
She
took my
coins.
money for 4 songs. Hopefully, she's doing more songs in the show.
I mean, yeah,
Shoot.
I've heard she hasn't been though. So I mean,
You think it's still the 4 songs?
I think I was just listening to a podcast that Lance Bass was on, and she has her guests really carry the show, and she just
it really is all about the friends,
Yeah.
and it depends on who is there. Like it'll make the show amazing depending on who's there. Like here in LA, I thought it's LA. Like we have stars, we
Yeah.
have stars. But I forgot. Like not only do we have stars, but we have wannabe stars, and like it was a lot of wannabes there. It was not just like wannabes and stuff, but it was people that have gotten like a little sip of the Bravo cup and they're just like riding it high.
They're trying a little too hard.
It was like the people's couch. And it's a bunch of gays on mics, and it's like a big drag queen festival. Like you never give a drag queen a microphone because she won't shut up. Imagine giving like 4 gay guys. It was just a lot.
It was too much. I mean, I don't know if I would want to go to a Luann show. At Erica Girardi's show, I think I'm here for.
Oh my God, that would be so much fun.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going to invest my money in next.
Yeah, next time.
Is going to Erica Jane. She
Yeah.
should do like Pride.
She should do Pride.
You know who's doing WeHo Pride is Paula Abdul.
What? Where'd she come from?
Hello from the 90s.
No, I know, but where, like, what? She's
coming
dug
back
out
for
of the hole?
vengeance,
Like,
straight up.
What? Okay, Paula.
Yeah.
Okay, waking
Oh
up.
my God. First of all, we just did like 3 Paula puns. She did one and she didn't even know it. I said she's coming back with vengeance, straight up, which is a Paula pun. And then you said, okay, Paula, which is the name of her reality show.
Oh, what?
Okay, Paula, which was iconic.
Uh-oh.
Please, if there's some Paula Abdul stands in the live chat, please say hi.
Be known.
I see you guys in the live chat. I see some of you guys watching. Matthew Kennedy, hello. Sarah,
hey.
we love that you guys are watching. I see that you guys are saying it was a boring episode. I don't think it was a boring episode. I laughed. There was some things that we're going to talk about. Hopefully we'll make you laugh. So make sure to tune in till the end. I mean, Ramona is jumping into the barber pool, so you need to tune in for that. And Dorinda, there's like previews of her going crazy again. She's starting again.
Oh, that was a good preview.
Exactly.
I'm looking
So
forward to next week.
We see you guys. Thank you so much for joining us. Make sure to subscribe to 2 or more of our channels and we'll shout you out on our show.
Yes.
Make sure to comment that you subscribe so we can use your name on our podcast the next episode.
Yes.
And shout you out. And if you're listening to us on iTunes, make sure to give us a 5-star rating now. Give us a thumbs up on YouTube. We love the comments. Keep them coming. Yes, we love Paula. Yes. and Luann should get drag queens in the show. That would make it so much better.
It would make it better, I think. And I don't know. Like, I'm just not a big Lou fan.
Yeah.
But I did love when she said her doctor said that when she drinks, she's not a beautiful drunk. And I just was like, you know what? I should have taken some screenshots of myself when we could.
It's everybody. I was going to say,
everyone has
I'm glad she said that, though.
Yeah, like, and my mom, I'll like post pictures on Instagram or something, or I'll show her pictures from like my night out. She's like, oh, you had a lot to drink at this
She
point.
knows.
Yeah, she
Exactly.
knows. I get one eye that squints a little bit more than the other, and she's like, yeah, that's your drunk face.
Exactly. Everybody has one. And you know what? Just to be fair and not to point out Luann, like everybody's drunk face is not attractive.
No, it's
because
not.
actually being drunk is really not attractive.
It's not.
But it's fun.
It is.
And I can't wait to get drunk in Vegas.
Uh-oh.
I'm going. My birthday's coming up. Okay.
Cabo's mine.
Oh, I've partied in Mexico a lot, but
my first
I'm
time.
scared of Mexico right now. It's not good right now.
Oh, well, thanks.
Where are you going?
Cabo.
When?
Memorial Day weekend. Bachelorette party. Mm-hmm. You don't approve.
Just be careful. Do you guys have someone that speaks Spanish? Okay, we're going to have to talk. Hopefully Becky comes back.
Muy poquito.
Yeah, well, let's just keep going. Jill's dog got hit in the face with some balls. It happens. Sometimes you get hit in the face with balls.
You gotta keep your head on a swivel.
It's just like when you're a soldier out in the field, it happens. You take some balls to the face. At least she picked her up and put her away, you know. We talked about her alcoholism, which I didn't feel like she described it in the most honest way. But she did say, like, oh, one day at a time, and life is a cabaret, old chum.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to stay away. Like, by being on the stage, I'm technically, like, away from all the badness, which is kind of helping. So I just want to leave it at that.
I think, I don't think she explained it in the best way.
She didn't.
I think
She didn't.
I think she's just a very secretive drunk. Like when Jill was like, I didn't think you were like a drunk, like an alcoholic.
She
Like
totally downplayed it.
she did because she hid it, you know? And
Instead of saying like, oh, I can have a whole bottle of wine and then make phone calls for loans for
Yeah.
houses in the upper state. Like, don't even try it.
yeah. So yeah, she definitely didn't really explain it well, but I mean, it's her sobriety, so she could
Yeah.
talk about
That's
however
why
she
I was like,
wants.
I don't know if I want to unravel it because she
Mm-hmm.
is sober and she is saying I'm taking it one day at a time.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I just feel like when you talk about certain people when they're going through stuff like that, not just Luann, people in general, they can have triggers.
Yeah.
So I feel like sometimes it's really the tough love thing. There's like a fine line because when you just point out everybody's flaws or people's flaws, like when you show a mirror to people, they don't like that.
Yeah.
And like being on reality TV is a mirror itself. So adding to it, I'm just not sure if it's the best way. If it's her truth, that's fine, girl. Just stay sober and do you. But, you know, let's just keep it at that. Tinsley and her mom are discussing that her dad is watching over her at the circus, which is nice. But Scott, again, is the topic. And you know what? I'm going to throw him in there with the jerks of Bravo along with Jason Hoppy. Like, Scott is a big fat jerk.
I was gonna call him a F-boy, but yes, he is definitely
Like, he is
a jerk.
seriously the epitome of a chubby boy who got power and got some money. And now
Yeah.
he's like stringing girls along. Like, you're ridiculous.
Dale explained it perfectly when she said he won't let her go,
Exactly.
but he won't take her either.
Exactly.
It's like, come on. And why are you sending me photos of your conversation between you and a jeweler about a ring that you're supposedly going to buy me? Like, why do I need to know that you were thinking about buying me an engagement ring and we're broken up?
Yeah.
Why do I need to know that?
Yeah, he's stupid.
Why so I could think that you might eventually buy me that ring and propose and keep me on this?
He's just
like,
playing with her head.
I can't.
And like, not to be rude, but she seems like pretty easy to play with.
That, and it's also like I don't think we're giving her enough credit. Like the breakup is somewhat raw still too, so it's like what, like a week or two post breakup.
I guess,
you know?
but
So
every
it's
time we
like
see her, she's just kind
she
of
has
coming off
definitely
the
been
roller
very
coaster.
fragile this entire season regarding this relationship.
Well, she's on Watch What Happens Live tonight, which we haven't watched. So if she seems stronger than yesterday, then good for her.
I did like her dress.
Brittany pun.
We know.
Dorinda and Sonia are deciding, or I don't know if it's Dorinda and Sonia or if it's Bravo, but they decided they want to promote this Anne Hathaway movie. I'm not even going to say the name of it
don't.
because I don't want to put it on the podcast. Like, it's that bad. I'm that pissed about it.
I was
What is
irate
this?
as soon as I saw them walk out of the little movie theater and look at the movie poster and point at it and say, "Oh, Anne Hathaway! Oh, they were so good." I like.
You guys are
was
really bad
pissed off.
actresses. Stick to reality TV. Stop it.
I hope they do not do this anymore for any other housewife platform or whatever. I did
They've
like
done it before.
in the show.
Yes, you have to stay tuned to our tweet segment to find out what other franchises have pulled this stuff.
'Cause
but
like-
this is a whole different level.
Oh,
like,
yeah,
this is a
no.
full-blown different level.
In the show, I like when they do the whole like
Commercial
thing.
That's
outside.
different.
That's cute. It's fun.
And some of it has been good.
Yeah, but to put it in the show and like take like that's
It's
how
not
you know
natural.
it was not a good show when they had this like promotional thing to fill time, and it's like no, I don't want it. I don't want to see the movie. Doesn't look good to begin with. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it on my show. I don't.
Yeah.
I don't come to Housewives to watch commercials. I
That's
fast
why we're not
forward
even.
through.
That's why we're not even going to say the name of the movie because you know what? I liked Devil Wears Prada the most.
Oh yeah,
Get over it.
That's the best Anne Hathaway movie.
Yeah, she didn't. She wasn't even that good when she cut her hair off in Les Mis. Okay, I've seen better prostitutes with no hair, like totally
man.
bald and still
Yeah.
hot as shit.
Oh.
Oh, Jesus. Well, you know what? It was so obvious they were working this stupid movie into the conversation.
Yeah.
And then they go to Scott like it's a natural transition, who's chubbier and more stringer alonger than he was when we were talking about him. We have her back. No, actually you don't. And discussing her relationship behind her back, whether she's there or not, is not appropriate. So
You don't think
really
so?
care. I don't think so. Not in the context that they were talking about
I
it.
think they do care about her, and I think they do have their best like interest for her. You don't ever talk like I talk about my friends' relationships to my other friends.
Chelsea's friends, are you listening? See what she does. No, I mean, you can bring up friends. We always talk about friends in general, and we talk about each other. It's a natural human thing.
Not in a malicious way.
Exactly.
Like, it's coming from a place of concern.
Yeah.
And I feel like they were. No?
Okay, can we do like a graph, like 80-20?
So 20% was malice. I think Sonia was coming from more of a malice place.
And it's not even like malice. It could be just shade. It could be just bitchiness. It could be just Pinot Grigio.
That's pink sparkling wine.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like they were drinking.
Yeah, I do like when they were on the boat a couple episodes back.
Tinsley! We're gonna cheers her really loud when she comes down, okay?
Can I leave? She's done. Can I leave? She when they were talking about her relationship on the boat, and then when they were at the dinner party, like I understand her feeling overwhelmed because they're all coming to her with these opinions, but I do feel like they're all coming from like a place of one experience because they're older and wiser.
Oh yeah,
and two, like actual care. Yeah, and it's the truth. And so for her, she doesn't want to hear it.
I get all of that. I just feel like sometimes when you hear that someone's been discussing you, sometimes like the paranoia, the insecurity comes out, and you're just like, oh god, like it's like I know it's bad. Like, did you guys just sit around and talk about how bad it was? Because like it's not gonna make it any better. It's just gonna make me like upset. You know what I mean?
You know what made me
especially she's gonna watch it back.
Yeah, she's gonna watch it back. But you know what made me like that was a little bit interesting to me is when I think it was Dorinda or one of them, they're like, we don't know anything about Scott. Like, we don't know what they do in their relationship. We know he's chubby. We don't know what they do in their relationship for fun. Like, we don't know. You know, it's like when you are seeing somebody and you like share them with your friend, like your friend knows like he's from X, Y, and Z, or he does this for fun, or we like to do whatever. And it's like they don't know much about their relationship. Yeah. And I think that kind of says a lot. Like, the only thing they know is that he likes when she's in Chicago.
I don't think she knows anything about him.
Yeah. Yeah. It just seems very surface level.
It's very surface. I'm really surprised she went in this deep. Like, when she said to her mom, I know we're jumping ahead, but when she said, I worked really hard to get to this place, I really believe her. Like, I really feel like she really worked hard to like this guy for some reason. Like, why did you put all your eggs in this guy? Like, it was really surface from the beginning. Like, you even threw yourself at him right away. Like, she kissed him within 30 seconds of being on the date.
She totally did, but I also think he gave her enough for her to think that he was serious about her.
Because he's like that surface nice guy.
Yeah, like
because he's chubby, and I don't want to hear any chubby comments because I'm chubby, okay? So chubby can hate on chubby. I feel like because he's been chubby, he like knows how to be a nice guy and probably like a pleaser and stuff. Yeah. But now that he has a little bit of power and a little bit of money, it's gone to his head, and he's like, oh my god, I don't have to be like this anymore. I don't have to be nice anymore. Like, the money can just talk for itself. The power talks for itself. They hear my title. They've seen me on the show. And now they're, like, throwing their cat at me. It happens. Okay, people? So I just feel like he has, like, a spectrum side, like the graph we were talking about. I feel like when he got a little bit of money and power, it was already, like, probably at a 75-25. And then being on the show, even though he tries to act like he hates it, really fueled his ego. Yeah. Because people see people on TV and they all of a sudden think that they're on a different kind of pedestal or level. So they treat that person like they're famous. Yeah. And then those people react that way.
I don't know. I think all along he strung her along and like kind of gave her a little bit more than, gave her enough to keep her around and gave her more than what he was actually willing to like give her long term, and that's what got her in so deep. Like, I think she really thought he wanted to like start a family and get married with her and all that stuff. And I don't think he ever really had that.
It's not going to happen.
No.
Speaking of jumping in, Ramona jumped into the Barbara pool. She can't stand the way she looks. Did you get the let out? Did you get the let out?
I got the joke, but I was just like, this is not funny. And like, again, like, why are we making Barbara a thing? Like, why is this a scene? Why are we here with her? Like, why are we making her a thing? She's not.
And the outfit was not that good until she threw the black sparkly blazer over it. Really brought it together. Like, it was super basic.
It just doesn't. She doesn't do it. Am I wrong?
And the sweater dress.
Do you like her?
I don't really care for her.
Like, why are we keeping her around? Like, I thought after this whole, like, Luann Dorinda drama, she would be gone.
You have to give me like a reason for me to like come for you. And I don't want to come for her yet because she hasn't really done anything. I can't fault her for being boring.
Yes, you can. Yes, you most certainly can.
I will eventually, but like I'm waiting for her to like kick Ramona in the mouth. So hopefully, I don't know.
Oh, drinking game alert. Every time Lian says chubby, let's take a drink. Okay, Matthew Kennedy.
Yes, boys, take a drink on me. Say hello to Jose, Johnny, Jim. Who else? Jim, Johnny, Jose, all my favorite men. Is there any more?
I don't know.
Yeah, Jim, Johnny, Jose. Who else? That's it, right? There's no other boys in the mix.
No. You're good, boo.
Jameson? Well, he's not really a boy.
Yeah, I think we're
He's
good.
probably
Tito?
an Irish leprechaun. No, they have to be like a boy's name, like a Jose Cuervo,
Tito's not a
Johnny
boy?
Walker. You know, that's what I mean, like the boys.
Tito's.
Oh, Glenn. Glenn's a boy. Hi, Glenn.
Oh, gosh.
Scotch. It's from Will and Grace. Like,
I know. Isn't Tito a boy's name?
oh yeah, it is.
Duh.
Tito. Say hi to your brother Tito for me. All right, well, like the lead thing, the Led Zeppelin thing, like, first of all, why are you saying that to a 25-year-old stylist? She doesn't know what the F you are talking about. Like, you are giving away your age, but there's nothing wrong with ageism or being
Old.
a certain age. Liking Led Zeppelin, like, you could have said that to me. I am of a certain age, and I still, like, it would still be before me, and I would still get it, though.
I thought it was Led Zeppelin, but I didn't really understand.
I thought
how
she
it
was talking about a
funny.
gun. I was like, what? I don't know.
It was definitely awkward.
It
Like
was
you
weird.
have to read the room.
The best part about it was the Hoe-mance. But I don't think it's two women having like a bromance. Like, we need to call it something different because I've had hoe-mances. And you know what a hoe-mance is? That's when you have a romance with a hoe.
Okay.
And you know what? She'll get to the point and she'll work on her mouth, Ramona, if you talk about her dad. You notice that Barbara was like, oh, you know, my dad had a really bad filter, and I think that's how you are, Ramona. And Ramona all of a sudden had like an aha moment internally in the confessional, of course, because not in the moment.
Do you think it actually is gonna?
No, it's
result in
not real.
anything?
It's not real, but we have to just pretend it's real because Ramona's talking about it. We don't believe her.
Ramona's
just like we don't believe the fake tears.
No, she is TV gold. Like
I know. That's
she
why
really is just amazing.
That's why I just want to be like, well, you know, I'm going to work on it because I don't want to be like my dad. and she said, you know, I'll get to the point and, you know, I'll work on my mouth. All right. Well, good for you. Behind every housewife, there's a young gay choreographer. Erica Jane. Now, Luann de Lesseps. But Luann came first. And she won't be the last, I'm sure. This one's name is Vivaki. Hips go to the knee. She's performing at a Halloween party. Luann is working. She's a professional. And they're wearing nurse outfits. What do we think?
My only issue with those nurse outfits, like, I understand we're in costume, but could they not have put on some sexier heels? Like, they were in those, like, actual, like, white plastic
I know,
nurse
like,
scrubs.
wear the whole nurse outfit,
Can
but put
we-
on some slut shoes.
Yeah, can we get some hooker heels in here, please?
Yeah,
like,
stripper
why
heels.
are we in these plastic flats?
Plastic can be hooker heels.
No, but they were.
I want the clear ones.
They were like the Tom's shoes.
Oh, yeah, that's not good.
I don't want that.
Sarah Arvantes, thank you. Jack Daniels, yes, that's what I meant. Jim, Johnny, Jack, and, oh my God, I can't do this.
Glenn.
Jim, Johnny, Jose. I cannot do that. I had like a full list. It would be. I'll do it next week, and it'll be really good. Anyways, yeah. What do we think about Luann's dance moves? They were horrible.
Yeah, I mean, she's like olive oil. She's tall and lanky, and she's just not like.
Like, you're not Sonia. Like, Sonia is just a free-spirited. She's a master of improv. She's the yes man. Like, you have to be a yes person to do improv and be successful.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the ringleader said twirl or somersault, and she did. Twice.
Love her.
She's just so fabulous. And, like, Tinsley's like, I can't do that. I'm just going to be honest about it. Frankel hasn't had this bad of skin in 10 years, according to her esthetician. It's prime source. The number one source, She wants to sell. She's done everything amazing, and she's come so far. She's a badass bitch when it comes to business.
Yeah.
Sell it.
Yeah, I mean, I wish that she was selling it under better circumstances. Like, her reasoning for selling is because of the personal stress that she's going through right now. Like, I would much, rather her sell her company when, like, when she's just happier.
I get that, but you know what? I'm going to disagree with you because I feel like she's at a level that has surpassed her own manifestation and destiny and world. Girl, you could literally not work for the rest of your life and be okay with it. And life is short.
No.
I feel like people should enjoy their life more. Sometimes I want to go on vacation and they tell me, your bank account, look at it. You're not supposed to go on vacation. But I'm like, you know what? I'd rather just go on vacation anyway.
Yeah.
And be broke. Because, like, why would I want to travel when I'm 50 and successful and have money? Because when I'm 50, I'm not going to be able to get around like I'm getting around now. Like, I'm not going to have the fun that I'm not. You know what I mean?
And I mean, I totally understand that. I think what, like, hurt me was when she was coming home from the courthouse and she called her, business partner and was like, just sell it. Like,
it's an impulse decision.
Yeah, just to be like, I have so much going on in my personal life that I can't even, like, manage my other businesses. And, like, she has too much on her plate regardless. Like, even if she wasn't going through this custody battle, I'm sure she would be selling, Skinny Girl anyways. Yeah. But I just think because it was rooted, like, the initial, like, response
based on emotion.
Yeah, was because of.
But her business partner knows her. He's like, take a deep breath. Like, and we're gonna get to it.
She's not gonna sell it for like dirt cheap either. Like, I know it's like the right move for her.
And it is a good idea.
Yeah, it's a great idea. I just like, it made me sad. Like, I'd rather it be like, she's with Bryn one day and she's like, yeah, you know what? I don't need Skinny Girl right now.
Yeah, like, and that's why I want her to sell it. Because it's like, you can have that money and like go enjoy your life even more than you're enjoying it now. But according to your driver, you don't even have time to drink water. Yeah, so that's freaking sad. Why don't you sell your business and have some fun?
Yeah.
Like, go to Turks and Caicos with your new friend, not Carol, obviously. And like, do something fun. Like, you should enjoy your money. Someone that works that hard. Thank you, Bravo, for the little flashback of Bethanny Bakes, proving, because Bravo only does montages to show us like evidentiary support, like in court. That was a Legally Blonde pun. You have to like show evidence to prove like your theory. So if Bravo's giving us this narrative that Bethanny's worked really hard and they're showing montages of her selling a freaking cookie in a supermarket and now she's a millionaire, that's quite a journey. And you know what? She completely deserves it. She's worked super, super hard.
Yeah. I agree. I agree. I totally agree.
Well, Tinsley is the ringmaster, and the girls are coming, and John's coming, and Dale's coming, and everyone's coming together. And Tinsley did pretty good. Yeah. Like, she drank all that wine for literally 3 seconds. I wouldn't have drank all that wine and climbed up so high. But I thought she did pretty good. It wasn't like anything crazy. Dorinda's right. She could have had a little bit more levels in her voice, some more animation. But Dorinda's been trying to take her job from the beginning. Like, you are not the ringmaster.
She's been a little thirsty the last couple episodes.
She even told John about it.
Yeah.
John's like, do you have proof that you did this?
She's been a little thirsty regarding it. But you know what? Yeah, I was a little, I didn't know what to expect from Tinsley. Like, I didn't know what she was going to be doing. But yeah, she was really cute. She was super adorable. It was a cute, quick little cameo. Yeah. And yeah, I thought she was fine.
You could tell she was nervous, but she took her breath like in the middle of it. She was like, and she walked forward. Like, she was nervous, but she did it. Like, she did her job. Like, that's what you're supposed to do. Is just do your job.
Totally precious. I love the little outfit, the sparklies, and everything.
I didn't like the little pink dots. They were a little too big.
It was, but like when you're on stage,
yeah,
like,
they gotta be big.
Yeah, I get it for that, but it did like up close look silly.
Yeah, up close, I was like, it's just bring the dots down. Bring the dots down. Dorinda said it was like I'm doing it to my graph, but Dorinda said it was just okay. She just did okay.
Dorinda's hating.
Yeah, she really wants a position. That's what she does when she wants like to be on stage and you're not, allowing her. She's gonna heckle ya.
Yeah, no, Dorinda's just hating.
I like that she was like, I spilled my wine. Can we get more wine? And Sonia's like holding a child while drinking, which is very easy. I've done it a lot. I've held lots of infants and drank before, especially at weddings. Like,
I don't think there's any shame in that.
Yeah, people hand you your kids at weddings. I have a baby. Baby's coming out somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, God, but what really killed me was, I mean, it's just Ramona being Ramona, but like,
such a bitch.
Really leaving, like, you really couldn't carve out, like,
Dorinda's like, what a bitch.
it is a bitchy thing to do. Like, you
and I don't even believe her that she has a date. That's the thing. I believe Dorinda that she probably got a text and was like, they're like, oh, come to the bar. We're here at the Regency or something. And she saw something
because she
shinier.
always has a date. Like, that's always her. I have a date. I have a date. I have to leave early. I have a date. Like, no, you don't have that many dates, Ramona.
Exactly.
You don't.
That's why I was like, I don't believe you.
Yeah, she doesn't. It's not.
I would have been like, show me where you're going.
Yeah, and she would have prefaced it with like, oh, I have to leave early. I have prior engagements or whatever. Like, no.
Tell that to the hostess, like, before you accept the invitation. You know what? I'm going to pop in if it's okay with you. I don't want to double dip or like eat and run, as they call it. But I do have an engagement that I did plan before you invited me. But I really do want to support you. Do you mind if I just cameo or just make an entrance and come in?
Yes.
Do a Miranda Priestley. I want the driver to drop me off at 9 p.m. and pick me up at 9:15 sharp.
Yes.
Like, that is appropriate. But, like, you have to be some sort of, like... You have to be gracious about it.
Like, she's not gracious about it.
She's not.
As soon as Tinsley came and sat down, she's like, oh, so can I leave now?
She's like, it's dark. It's a good time for me to go.
Like, come on.
It's not that dark. We could see you.
Girl. Like, it's just so embarrassing.
Oh, my God.
You would think at her age, not to be ageist or whatever, she would know some manners.
Well,
but it's Ramona. So,
exactly.
I mean, we
she
can't
doesn't
expect
know anything.
Too much.
And I was going to say, we're never going to win with Ramona. She's just going to be who she is, and she's going to keep getting that apple because she's never going to change. Speaking of not changing, Sonia was doing somersaults, stole the show. Tinsley was definitely taking notes. She was like, I can't do that. I was dying it, loving it.
It was amazing.
Everybody
somersaults
was drinking
in her dress, like amazing. Heavily. Yeah, I thought it was great when she spit in his face. Like God, it was just so such good. She's hilarious.
He threw the water on his face. I'm trying to put myself in her position as I'm watching, thinking, well, I'm not going to throw the water on my face.
I would have thrown it at his face.
I'm going to throw it at his face, but she. Because she's just not an ordinary improv actor. Like, I thought, throw it in his face like everyone else did. She was like, I'm going to take it a step further. I'm going to ingest the water and spit it at him, which made us freaking laugh hysterically.
Loved
like,
it.
she is a true comedian, Sonia Morgan.
And to rewind, when he first pulled her out of the audience, she like went to make out with him.
She tries to make out with everybody.
I loved it. I was like, yes, Sonia, like going for that kiss.
I'm a lot like Sonia when I drink. I do try to make out with everyone. Well, I'm just attracted to everyone when I first meet them. I'm not. But it wears off in the first couple minutes. And just the first couple minutes.
I'm like very like touchy, not in like a sensual way, but like just like, oh, my friend, like yes, like I'm like that.
I don't really get touchy. I'm just very open at first because I want you to feel comfortable as well. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Just because I hate people that get all the information out of you and they're like, and then you feel like, oh my God, I've talked so much. I want to be like, so tell me about you. And they're like, oh, nothing. You're like, really? I just told you my whole life story. You're not going to give me anything. I hate when people do that.
I don't like that either.
It's like information gatherer. Really?
Bone collector.
Tell me about you now before I have to look it up. Yes, A. Stewart, Ramona in the eyes, Ramona in the eyes. Yes. Don't. Just don't. You don't support other women, Bethanny. So just don't. Well, we've had 17 glasses of wine, and you know what that means. Let's have a breakdown. Tinsley had a full-blown meltdown. She said she wasn't good or ever, and Dell says, stop it. It's about Scott. Just stop it. She's like a little kid inside, you guys. I've talked about this before. It was really, really, really sad to watch. She's very depressed, she said. She's very sad. I believe her. She's lashing out at her mother. She's being negative. She said the F word.
I loved when Dale was like, do not curse.
I don't care if you're having a public meltdown over 25 glasses of wine. You will not say the F word.
Do not curse. I was like, okay, Dale.
Well, Dell says move on. You know, I would have put her in the car and been like, you are going home, girl. You are having a meltdown. You've had too much to drink. This is about Scott. Get your ass in the Uber and go home.
Don't curse.
Oh, sorry. Get in the Uber and throw up in the privacy of your own bathroom like a normal person.
You know, I think we were talking about this before we came on air. This made Tinsley a lot more complex to me and gave her a little bit more of a personality.
Oh, we like her now, you guys.
And layers. Yes, I do. Like, and I actually, like, maybe it's
You feel bad for her.
I'm at an emotional time in the month right now, but I did kind of start to, like, a little bit tear up.
Don't drink. We don't want to have a breakdown.
I'm not drinking for a month. But I did feel for her. And then I also felt for Dale because I don't know if, like, mothers always feel for their daughters, and you could see, like, Dale kind of, like, started to cry, like, when your child is sad, like, that makes
It's
you
sad.
sad. And so, like, that, it was just a very,
And it
like,
makes you
sad
stressed too.
Yeah. And, like,
Did you see when she downed the glass of wine? That was hilarious.
I felt for the both of them in that moment, but, like, Dale was completely right in that, you're projecting. This has absolutely nothing to do with the performance or you trying to please me. This has everything to do with the fact that, you're sad Scott's not here.
And you're drunk.
You're drunk. So don't try to push this into something that's not. And you do need to move on because he is no good for you. And he is not going to give you the things that you need. And it's just point blank. Sure, he could be a great guy. He could be.
He's not the right guy, though.
He's not the right guy. And that's what's the most important.
Even though he's a nice guy, doesn't make him the right guy.
Yes.
We rhyme here. Because we're queer. I'm just kidding.
But yeah, so I just, like, it was a very emotional, like, a high stress scene. But I definitely felt like it gave Tinsley layers and it makes her a hell of a lot more relatable than she ever has been on the show. So
thank you for breaking down, Tinsley. We finally like you.
I mean, we've all been there. We've all been drunk and sad. So
you
right?
guys can like us in the live chat. We
just
like
me.
Tinsley now. Yay, Tinsley. I'm just kidding. No, sometimes you have to hit the bottom before you can go up. Sometimes, like, you have to go through the ugly before the beautiful comes out.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have to go through the storm to get to the rainbow, you guys. So if anybody out there is having a bad time, just know it will get better, you guys. Just hold on for one more day.
I mean, if I do watch What Happens Live and find out that she's back with Scott, though, I will be pissed.
No, I don't think she is.
She better not be.
Well, they didn't spoil it for us in the live chat, but hopefully she is moving on because that's what she needs to do. And you know what? We're going to move on to, let's get into news and gossip.
AfterBuzz TV News.
All right, so we have a hot take. Bethanny Frankel is kind of dipping in and giving her opinions on some OGs in different cities. Lisa Vanderpump and Nene Leakes have been kind of divas as of late. LVP not really showing up for filming with Beverly Hills, and because of the whole dog drama. Frankel saying, I really feel for them. While attending an NYC event, talking about Lisa, she's been on since the beginning, and she's a very successful businesswoman. We know she loves businesswomen. Bethanny noted, I get that she needs to take a step back.
She does need to go. She needs to take some time off.
She definitely needs to go. But as you know, Bethanny is friends with Kyle and Lisa Rinna from Beverly Hills, and she goes on to say, I got my girls' backs. I love those women, and I would love to bring, however, she would love to bring Brynn over to LVP's house. So she's not trying to burn the LVP bridge, but she's still supporting the other women. Speaking about Nene, she goes, I think it was beautiful. Nene revealed herself a lot this season, going through cancer, of a spouse with someone. We don't really know what's going on in the relationship, and people are so quick to judge. I think it was really human, and I related to her, and she just cracked. So she's been.
I don't think it was beautiful.
I don't think it was beautiful either.
I thought it was ugly the way Nene broke down and lashed out at everyone and was negative and was being physical with people.
I am with you. However,
There's nothing beautiful about it.
Frankel stands with her girl in Atlanta, saying, I'm on her side. I think she was shut off during the reunion because I think she's gotten an emotional wall up. I feel for her. So I'm with you on this, but Bethanny maybe has a different perspective being in front of the camera.
I do agree with Bethanny, though. Lisa needs to step back because every time that the daggers come to her, she just cannot handle it.
Yeah.
They did this to me on season 4. And then season 6 and season 2.
But she throws the daggers.
Exactly. It's like, you got to just take the heat sometimes. You're going to have a bad season. Like, doesn't mean that you can't show up for filming.
Yeah.
Like, doesn't mean that everyone hates you. Like, you're having like a bad day. Everyone has had one. Like, Lisa Rinna had a horrible year when she did that stuff to Kim Richards.
I mean, I've been listening.
That LVP stirred up herself.
I've been listening to a lot of. I was listening to Lisa Rinna on the Jenny McCarthy show, and that was something she was saying, like, this is a job, and you're not showing up for a job. Like, yes, it's reality TV, it's our lives, but you didn't show up to filming for half of the season. So, like, that's effed up.
Make sure to tune into It's Bravo Bitch, my show on Sunday, where we're going to continue to talk about this. Let's pull up tweets real quick, because we have some tweets to show you guys, and then we're going to wrap the show. Ooh. First tweet is by Danny Pellegrino. Let's zoom in here. It's about the freaking plug, you guys. And he said, look, I smiled when Melissa Gorga hawked Disney's Nutcracker during Real Housewives of New Jersey commercial. I sang along with Kristen Doty when she did a cappella in support of Pitch Perfect 3. But I will not allow Bravo to insert full movie reviews into episodes of Real Housewives of New York City. And there's the title of the movie that I'm not going to name. And we have some fabulous pictures of the ladies all pissed off. And then I replied, I was deeply, penetratingly offended.
Yeah.
I was deeply offended. Penetratingly offended. I just made up a word. Make sure to follow me on Twitter. We have one more tweet, which is by me at Hollywood Lian, and I tweeted, like, I can't with Real Housewives of New York City. Is Bravo really shoving the Anne Hathaway movie down our throat? Dorinda and Sonia are obvious working this movie into the conversation. Stop it.
It was the worst. I hope they get the feedback and they realize that this is not acceptable. Go back to the cute movies and the fun little like sticks.
And most of like the Twitter conversations online were about the movie thing tonight. Like people are really not responding well to this.
It's just not good.
Yeah. So that is pretty much it. Make sure to check out our show, It's Bravo Bitch, here at AfterBuzz TV, Sundays at 7. With me and Zach Peters. We're going to have some special guests, so make sure to tune in. If you listen to the Married to Bravo podcast, they're going to be joining us on Sunday, so make sure to tune in to It's Bravo Bitch on Sunday. I am your host, Hollywood Lian, and I can't do this without my girl.
Hey guys, I love talking Real Housewives of New York with you. You can catch me on Instagram at C_S_Jones and everything else I'm doing at ChelseaStarkJones.com.
Oh my God, your latest picture was fire.
Oh, which one? I had two. With me and Boo or
my selfie? The selfie.
Hey, we're good. Thank you.
Thanks, Whole30. I'll be doing it next week too. So bye, AfterBuzzers.
Bye, guys.
Our founder, Kevin Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.